The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. The oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. In my country, we go to prison first and then become president. I was not a messiah, but an ordinary man who had become a leader because of extraordinary circumstances. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Our single most important challenge is therefore to help establish a social order in which the freedom of the individual will truly mean the freedom of the individual.